and yeah, and Bones, you should be at 1488. Is that correct?
Yeah, you have me.
Okay. All right, I'm good to launch. But Gravy, you all set? Roger. Hornet 1-1, spooling up.
Gravy's spooling up.
Block on 4 mile thing. 356 block mode 2, push block. 150 left of the final bearing, 297.
Okay, Hornet 1 is wheels up, heading 300, mile and a half from the boat, airspeed 244.
Oh, I need to
Please don't do.
Put up on your, sorry, Griff.
Yep, I see it.
And I have visual on both of you. I'm swooping down on you from your 5 o'clock eye.
There's some kind of anti-aero that I'm watching.
Make sure
I'm carrying AMRAM and Spirit, or satellite as well. So.
Give us a test of your life.
Sorry, Sam, anti-air.
Oh, never mind then.
ZSU.
All right, so we want to be. Let's see. All right. So I got Gravy in front of me. Looking for Bones.
Forming up at your 6.
Okay, I see you. I got you.
Wave off, over.
6 miles.
I'm also practicing using the targeting pod ear to ear. So I have you guys.
I need to do that. I really need to do that.
Alright, I'm ready to start my climb. I'll come right up to point 1. And about 5 degrees from the boat.
Okay, stand by. Okay, nosing up 5 degrees and putting her in a right turn for form up. Orbiting as I climb.
297.
Gravy, are you going to form up or are you heading straight to target?
I'm going to continue right over there.
Yep. I got you at my 11 o'clock, slightly high. 300 knots, climbing through Angels 2.
I see Hammer too, I think. 13.8 miles out.
Roger.
Countdown. 112, flight left, first effect, 1 black country.
Wow, it is hard to be accurate with dumb bombs.
Very. Flowing right to heading 105, steady up 105.
204, all course on glass pass,
Steady up. Looking good there, Gravy. I got you at my 9 o'clock, nice spread.
Copy, I got eyes on you.
Raj, pushing 350.
204, flight below glass pass.
Okay, I think
Copy,
the first
350.
one.
Okay, smash 350. Continue climb out.
3 in trail at your 6.
Okay, we're 39 miles from target, so set your E-fusing on your bombs to instant.
Roger ball, 25 knots.
Go to air to ground mode. master arm on, and you should have a good panel, clean panel on your HUD that you should see auto, which means you're good to drop. If you see dud, you got a problem.
Yep, lens is auto.
Okay, good. Okay. My flare pod is warmed up. Is everybody else's flare pod ready to go?
Affirm.
Okay. Bones, can you walk us through changing the, is it the LT, ST, or the LTD that we want to change?
Roller.
For designating for yourself, or?
Yes, for
Okay,
self.
then it is the LTD you want to change, which should be the button on the right of the MFD. The one that says
I'm
US.
getting a message that says error timed out, or not timed out on my clear.
Oh, then your pod isn't yet warmed up. Give it a little bit.
Roger. I'm gonna level up
Yeah.
at Angel's 10.
Alrighty.
01 southbound bearing 297.
You might want to climb a little higher because of the shulker that's over there. You don't want to end up Swiss cheese. You might want to climb to about Angels, maybe 15, 16.
Copy, I'll level up at 15.
All right.
Roger, ball.
Resaddled.
Got you.
Copy 7-3.
Nose down just a little bit here.
Final bearing 297.
Push a little more. I'm losing airspeed. Get it back up to 350. Let me know when you're, you got a good picture on your pod.
Should I just leave it on the flare until it's done warming up?
Yeah. You want to make sure you're on your flare, that you're on the on position and not standby.
Right. Otherwise, the cover slot on the pod blocking your video.
Copy, yeah. I put mine to on, and then the LTD to the right needs to go to on.
Next ball, negative AOA. You're on speed. You're on speed. Little power. You're on speed. You're on speed. You're on speed. You're on speed. You're on speed.
So it's Silver's, Gravy's gonna designate for himself first.
312.
Yeah, let's teach them how to do that first. you
Final
know.
bearing 327.
I think that the buddy lazing is a little more. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts on it, but I think it's harder.
I was just thinking we could, between you and I, practice the buddy lasing.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely on board for that. Let's walk him through this.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So I got some data on the flare screen now, but I don't have a picture.
Good.
All right, so you should have it in VV Slave. You want to click on the button above that in the right
Yep.
that says Reticle.
Nickel 3-2 Dragnet.
Okay, I got both now. Box.
You can
Alright,
also
now-
do that by hitting your pinky switch twice in a row. That will toggle between the two.
If
Right.
I had
And
one.
and you want it to be just on Reticle. So if you have to manually select VV Slave off, do that.
Reticle is just a fancy word for bore sight, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I can slow it around now.
All right, let's go ahead and we're about 12 miles out here. Let's go ahead and take it into a left-hand turn and put on the autopilot.
A little faster latitude.
3.
Power.
So left-hand turn, everybody, and autopilot set to B, Alt, and attitude control, just so that we can set up in the cockpit without having to worry about flying big aircraft. Let me know when you're ready for that.
Copy, I'm ready to turn it.
3.
Okay. All right, now that we're in, everybody's in autopilot in B, Alt, and attitude.
Power.
Not me, but only because I'm using this as an opportunity to practice my formation flying. So
Okay, all right.
I'm already
Great.
set up, all my sensors and everything set up.
Okay, cool. Gravy, are you in autopilot and all set to go?
Different.
All right, so we're going to go heads down in the cockpit. We're going to look at the right MFD, well, whatever MFD you have the pod on. And you're going to select in the lower right hand the second OSB on the right from the bottom that says UFC.
Copy?
And then, Bones, do I click on the radio that says LSTC? I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
you choke it down.
All right. Nice. Now you're going to type in, so you're going to go UFC, then click on the radio for LSTC, and then you're going to type in your code that corresponds with your bombs.
Wait, did you say radio?
Radial, the
Radio.
button.
Direction.
Yeah,
It
whatever.
means direction in this case, but radio is direction.
Wait,
I'm referring to the round buttons on the UFC.
Oh, the buttons
Rotary.
themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was set up and then turned off.
There's center line.
All right, so click on UFC again. Click on the button that's correlated to LSTC, and then type in your correct code that corresponds with your bombs. For you, I think that was 1588, and hit enter.
No, you want LTD. LSTC is later search and
Copy that.
control.
Oh, okay. All right, so I have that wrong. So, sorry. Well, I clicked on UFC and it only gave me LSTC as an option.
That's
Do you
all I'm
have-
getting. Let me put it on.
Do you have the flare on and
405 airborne.
Oh, okay. I see what I did wrong. LT, is your FLIR armed? Gravy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that was the step I was missing. So now you should see the LTD option. You want to select LTD and change that code.
On the center screen?
Yeah. So once your FLIR is armed, the LTDR, you want to click on UFC in the right hand side for the right hand side of your TPOD MFD, and that'll bring up on your UFC all these acronyms, LTDC and LSTC. You want to
So
choose
I only had LS.
right, because so if you look down at your right panel where you turn the FLIR on, next to that is a switch called LTDR.
Got it. That's on now.
All right, now click UFC on your TPOD and select L Tango Delta Charlie.
I'm
Select
still not
that.
getting it on the UFC.
Hmm.
did you
Alright.
flip LTDR switch to ARM?
Copy
Okay.
610.
And you're in air ground mode.
150, stay safe.
Okay. Oh, you know what? It was only clicking up to arm. Now it's stuck there, so I see it now.
Okay, so you should be able, if you hit the UFC MFD button, now you should see the second choice for LST
Yep, I'm good.
or LTD. Okay.
All right, so you want to enter on the LTDC, enter the code that corresponds to your bombs, hit enter, and now your TPOD and your bombs correspond.
Different.
Okay. All right. All right. So it's a lot easier than than I'm making it out to be. It's actually not that hard to do this. So then the next thing to do now that we're all set is to actually turn towards the target. And a couple things you want to bear in mind. First of all, yes, your TPOD you want your TPOD on, not on standby. You want to also arm your LTDR switch, which is next to the FLIR Bahard switch. Make sure that is armed, and you'll know it's armed because on your HUD it'll say L armed. That is, your laser is armed. Hasn't fired yet, but it's armed. So
It's very important because that's the number one thing we always forget when we're already hot on the inbound run. And then
right.
you pickle and nothing happens and you don't know why. 9 times out of 10 it's because we forgot to pickle.
You're on center line.
And the other thing is, as a safety measure, it automatically shuts off after you drop. So you have to remember to rearm it every time you go to drop. Or before you drop. Because if you don't, your bomb will just go stupid and you'll lose it. So every time you drop, you got to make it habit that you look down and rearm the LTDR switch. Once that's done and you're good to go, just let me know and I'll tell you the next step.
Personally, I find that to be a very annoying safety measure.
It's super annoying. I'm in the middle of a war zone, you know.
Right, yeah. And I'm afraid I'm going to laser his eyes. I better save it so I don't blind him.
Yeah, I mean, if my TPOD is pointing at something, chances are I want to kill it.
Exactly.
So did all that make sense, Gravy, or did I lose you?
Clear as mud, Spike.
Okay, sorry about that. There was a little chaotic behind me. I'm ready to go.
Okay, all right, no problem. Now on your SA page, which is probably, I would imagine, is your center MFD,
Copy.
you want to select Weapon Designate. That'll switch your waypoint to a designated weapon. You're basically designating that waypoint as a target.
Yep, I just got a little pipeline that popped up.
Right. Now what that does is it also slews your TPOD automatically to the designated coordinates. So the next thing you want to do is use your SCS switch to select the right whatever MFD your TPOD is on. I personally always put it on my right MFD.
Yep, that's where it is.
Okay, so you want to make sure the diamond is in the upper right-hand corner of that MFD so that you can control the pod. Yep. Now you can just kind of, use your controls that you have assigned to your binds to control the T-pod onto a target of your choosing.
Copy. I'm looking on the clear pod for that target. I can see it in my HUD below us, and I can see the diamond. I can see the pipe sticking straight out of the ground.
How close are you to the target?
5.6 miles.
Yeah, you might want to back off. I personally, when I'm setting up to do a laser shot, I actually back out to about 10 miles to set up the general area. I can do it from 5 miles, but you want to, slew the camera around so that you locate a target with the pod and then designate it as your target of interest.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to head back out to the coast and then I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I wouldn't head out much further than
Spike, MiG-23 or 023?
MiG-23.
MiG-23.
Okay.
I got it.
Do you? Okay.
Good to go.
Or he's going to get me.
So, once you've selected a target of interest and designated it, then you actually hit your SCS switch again to the right to make it an area track. So that kind of stabilizes your lock on it so it doesn't move. The diamond will kind of float around after a while, so you want to make sure it doesn't drift on you.
Okay. Let me know if you need support, Hammer.
I'm going to come in up right now.
136 paddle.
Fox 1.
Spike SC6, 2 o'clock.
SA6.
Yep, coming out of the north.
Right, okay, I see it.
We're generally outside the threat zone, so right now no factor.
Might want to turn our jammers on. This will be the first time I've used it. I'll put it on ECM transmit.
There's a hostile at my 12 o'clock high. Should I go after him?
No, let Bones and Hammer work on that. You worry about your bombing.
Copy. I'm going to swing back around. I'm about 12.8 out.
Hammer, you yeah. That hostile?
So a good.
You're a lot closer than I am, believe it or not.
Oh, that hostile. Okay.
You're merged.
All right.
Oh, that hostile. So once you weapon designate again, if needed, you should be in roughly the target area. And a good frame of reference is this, there's a pillar of smoke down there. And you should find like some vehicles around, like tanks and stuff, that you ought to be able to pick on one, designate it the target, and then write SCS again to make it your area track.
No whisper target found.
I promise you that all this will become second nature after a few runs. It's just a lot of
Now,
steps.
is there a way to get my pod to snap my waypoint?
Yeah.
Or do I need to pull it around again? I don't know.
So if you, on your SA page, if you select target, the target button, select it off, and then hit weapon designate again, and you're on steer point 2, it'll slew the pod back to the general area where, you know, where the targets should be, roughly speaking. And then you can kind of zoom out and kind of scope around for a proper target.
Pretty sure I'm actually locked onto it.
Okay, so you have a target.
Bounce, good shots. Splash.
Nice kill. You got a target that you
I
like?
couldn't get them sorted. They were all on top of each other. All these contacts.
I only see one. There's more.
There was one that was further out. I can see if he's still around.
311 left of the final bearing.
Gravy, you got a target that you like?
Friend?
Okay. So, and did you write SES to make it a area track?
It is now.
Okay, that's just a nice step to make sure that the diamond doesn't drift off. Okay, I'm gonna go through my run first just to kind of walk through the steps,
Hammer, he's at Bulls 282 for 017.
and I'll relate what I'm doing to you so that you can then follow suit.
Copy. So I'll break off again and get lined up to the path.
Correct.
I got nothing there.
He's code, no factor. He's running, heading 330.
Okay, so now I'm gonna line up my tadpole, my velocity vector with my fall line. I want to be on that and level for a CCRP drop or an auto drop. My laser is armed, so I just want to fly this, and in the right MFD, I'm going to watch the countdown to release. I'm at 10 seconds now, 10 seconds to pickle. Flying straight and level at Angel 16.5, 5 seconds to pickle. 3, 2, 1, pickle. And I'm going to hold the button down until the bomb releases. Just hold the button down and it'll automatically release. And you'll continue to just fly straight, and you want to fly straight and level so that the camera continues to track the target. You'll see the countdown continue for laser. 10, 9, 8, 7, and it should be lasing. It is lasing now at time to target is 3 seconds, 2 seconds.
Boom.
Nice shot. I saw the tag falling to the ground. That was pretty cool.
May I
So-
interject something here?
Go ahead.
After you drop and you're lasing, or you're about to lase, whatever side of the fuselage that your TPOD is on, turn towards that side
Copy,
slightly,
7-3.
climb
432 left of the final bearing. 200.
Otherwise, you have a higher chance of masking the laser with your fuselage.
That's
When you
true.
turn that
Yeah,
way,
that is
you're,
true.
You're pointing the laser designator more towards the ground than and away from your fuselage. You do that, so. And that's the advantage of having a T-pod on your center flying pod, is you don't have to worry about that. It sees everything. But
601 going slay right of course on
Just keep
glass
that
path,
in
3/4 mile, call the ball.
And where were you seeing the time to target countdown?
So all the right. So once you line up your velocity vector on the fall line and you're flying straight and level through the target, like you're just flying straight and level, you're going to fly right over the target. In the right-hand side, you'll see flare, auto, and directly underneath that, you'll get your countdowns. You'll get your countdown to release because you're flying towards the target. Then once you get within, you want to start holding the button down as you get
I see
closer
it now.
to 0. Right. So when that
13,
counts down,
12, 11, 10.
right, hold down the button until the bomb releases, and then because you have LTD already armed, the laser will automatically fire for you. You don't need to worry about it. But continue to keep your camera, obviously, on the target that you've locked on. And it'll go through lasing in so many seconds, and then it'll say time to impact so many seconds. And at that time, you should see the laser actually firing.
You're high, work it down.
Okay, I let mine
You're
go.
high.
Just waiting.
Okay? What does your right MFD say?
It doesn't look like it actually dropped, so.
Okay.
Mine didn't go, so I'll swing around again.
All right. Right, so just head straight towards the target in level flight. And I'd say in the last 5 seconds, you want to hold down the pickle button until you'll feel, you'll
Just
hear and
because
feel
you
the
know where everything
bomb
is
drop away from the
doesn't
plane.
mean you have to be the only one who knows where
You want to
everything.
continue to fly, as Bone suggested, in a slightly up and to
Hey
the
everyone,
side
Wags
that
here from
favors
Eagle Dynamics,
the laser
and in the next
pod,
update we have some
so that
pretty
you
cool
don't get
stuff for you
massive
on the FLIR, both in the air-to-air and the air-to-ground. Let's first take a look at the air-to-ground though. So go to air-ground master mode,
and you should
and
get
let's
a nice
place the
drop from that. And because you already got the LTDR armed, it'll fire off the
do the
laser on
left
its own.
DDI by going left on the sensor control switch.
Swing it around.
And we do that, we see we have the diamond now. Now also
If
note,
it still
on the
doesn't drop,
FLIR DDI we
at
have
that point,
the
you gotta start
velocity
checking
vector
things like, are you in
slave
air-to-ground
box.
mode? Is
So
your
we're going to
master
place
on,
the
et cetera,
velocity
et cetera.
vector over one of the contacts ahead of us. And now we're going to go left on the sensor control switch.
Bone, do you want me to buddy laze something?
Either that or I can put a lace for you.
Whatever you like.
I'm gonna go pick up some
Let me
GBUs.
put a lace for you.
Okay.
We just get in a position.
Alright, setting my LTDR to safe. So it'll be a pure drop off of you.
Won't be fun too, or these clouds can be a factor.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still not letting go, so I need to probably go level out and check some of my bindings.
Yeah, it might be a binding issue. Might be that. Make sure. Does your code on your laser pod correspond with the code on the bombs?
Correct, 1588,
Did you say 15 or 16?
158.
Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. So it doesn't sound like it's an issue with your pod setup.
Master arm on.
Master
Yeah.
arm is on.
Yeah,
Ground
so
mode.
must be bindings. I would check your bindings. Make sure your pickle button is set up right.
It's just weapons release is all I'm looking for.
Yeah, weapons release.
Copy. I'm gonna take a look at them. Okay.
You don't need to leave the server, you know.
Oh, I know. I need to lift my headset up so I can escape.
Oh yeah.
You might just put it in autopilot.
It is. It's on altitude.
Okay, I've got a target.
All right, tell me when you want me to. I'm 9 miles out. Tell me when you want me to come in.
377, confirm me on the hook.
Maybe get an offset here, because I'm flying right over it,
Right.
and my targeting pod's in the. Oh, I forgot I'm on the center line, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'll go ahead and start lasing. I'll let you know. Stand by.
Say again.
I'll let you know when the laser's firing.
Crash joke off. 132
Okay.
pounds. Hey dude, nice work on the
Should I start my run?
Man, you're just
Okay,
way
laser run.
too much power
Alright.
and close.
Coming in. 8 miles to target.
Are you gonna try a laser search track to find my laser, or just drop on it?
I'll just drop on it. Well, do I need to change my code or anything?
You got to change your bombs to his code.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
Stand by.
Or he changes his laser to your bomb code.
no, I'll change my bomb. It's no problem. A to G.
311 safe state.
Okay. I didn't have weapons release now.
Code 1488. Okay,
So
if
I'm
you're
just
still
swing back around to the grid.
Alright, stand by.
Roger.
I gotta relock that target.
no problem. I'm actually set now, so I'll just fly back out.
Link engaged.
Almost there.
This ground radar has gotten so much better. It's actually I've got targets on it. That's impressive. I should come out here and mess just with that.
Hostile maneuver. Nickel 3-3, single group on Rod 29531.
Alright, you're currently to drop.
Nickel 3-3.
Roger. Turn back in.
28,000 hostile hot, full contact. Nickel 3-2, threat rod 263, 16 at 20.
I'm 7 miles from target.
Copy.
25 in closing.
Orbiting. Lasers on.
Below glass half.
5 miles to target.
Lasing.
Pickle. 35 seconds to impact.
Were you able to light my laser? Or you just dropped on the smoke?
I dropped on the smoke with the code 1488 on the bomb.
Okay, cool. That should do. Next one you do, try to lock the lasers.
Okay.
$19 miles from target.
574, take angels 1.2.
Say time to impact.
Traffic crosswind. Rhino angels 1.2.
Impact.
Yeah, it just wiped my screen clean. Nice. Shaq?
Sweet. Nice job.
One beacon.
Alright, I'll get you another one. And then this time see if you can search for the laser in the lockout.
Okay. Going FLIR. Now to search, I would type in an LST code.
Correct. Which would, the same code, 1488.
Okay. So LSTC 1488 and enter.
And then have a run in the direction of the target. After I say that I'm lasing, hit your LSD MFD button. The video
Okay.
will freeze. And then when it finds the laser, it'll automatically go live. Then you can designate the target there. And then you can either drop on my laser or you can use your own laser. But if you use your own laser, you have to change your code to 1488 also.
I'll probably just drop on your laser. Makes sense
Okay.
to do that.
Alright, let me get set up here.
I got 60 seconds to release.
Roger that, Greg.
Did smoke run out?
99 Delta easy, 99 Delta easy.
I think we need to smoke it.
It may have, yeah. Yeah, looks like it did.
No problem. I got the target designator anyhow. Alright, I'll get you a target here.
You should have smoke.
Copy, tally on smoke.
Tally.
375 on course on glass half, 3/4 mile, call them off.
Okay, ready when you are.
All right. LST search.
10 seconds to release.
Roger. 10 seconds.
Lasing.
Looking, but not finding anything
You
yet.
know what? There's like
Still no release.
smoke wafting across. It might be screwing
On
the
course,
laser.
3/4 mile, call them off.
Alright, I'm gonna come off. We'll try it again. Because I had him in the video, and then all of a sudden started getting darker and darker, and I can see like puffs of smoke going by, so I think it was disrupting the laser track.
Okay, no problem. Did you release yet, Karibi?
It still wouldn't go. I had to map weapons release and
Yeah.
hit the peak elimination, still no.
Huh.
150 lock on 4.5 miles per minute.
That's screwy.
Muscle pretty little on the field, I'm 4,500 pounds.
Yeah, I'm at 4,200. We need to head back to the boat.
Ooh, I'm at 1.9. Huh.
I'm gonna head back right now.
Alright, you want to get a quick drop and then head out?
Yep.
Let me just tell you that I'm lasing target approximately northwest of the smoke, so point in that general direction,
Roger, northwest of the smoke.
and I'll let you know when I'm lasing.
Hey Bones, what is it with Baycom when you speak and give some kind of like a beat? I'm saying options and I'm not getting back.
Oh, in multiplayer, the mic is hot in Vicom is a setting, so it's hearing what you're saying and it's trying to interpret it.
Oh, I think I saw a multiplayer like checkbox.
Lasing.
Okay, searching for the laser.
311 left of the power bearing 297.
Or should I just drop?
No, try the search. You know, give you
Okay,
some practice with it.
Searching.
Should be pretty clear. The smoke is drifting to the other side.
No joy.
LTD is R. Laser is firing.
1 mile now. Target's behind me.
Is your video frozen when you were looking?
I have green crosshairs. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I'm supposed to select the LST button, which is second from the right on the bottom row of OSVs.
Right, then your video goes blank. It's just straight green with the crosshairs.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for some reason.
Let me turn back on it. You still lasing?
A-firm.
All right, stand by. Let me take a look. Oh, might have a picture. All right, I have a picture.
Okay, that means you locked it. So at this point,
Okay.
you can either drop on
Pickle.
it. Okay. Alright, continue to laze.
17 seconds to release, actually.
Nice.
10. Stand by. Good release.
Time to impact.
25 seconds.
Got me.
A little bit to the right of the tank here. A little bit to the left, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm reaching to.
7-6 battle.
This should be good enough for a hit.
Nice work, your call, sir. Welcome back.
Time to impact.
4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Negative.
No joy.
I don't see
377 level angels 1.2 clear downwind.
Oh, that sucks. I wonder why that is. I had the bomb set to the right code.
Yeah, and I was lasing.
377 lock on
Code 1488.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't have it on the right code.
Well, I am 1.6 state now, so I'm heading back.
Do you have enough fuel to make it to the ship?
I should, yeah.
All right.
Especially
Well, we can try
when I
that.
jettison everything.
We can try that again sometime.
Yeah. See,
The other
the
thing
good news is you got it to lock. You know, it was a blank
Yeah.
green screen, then all of a sudden you had video. That meant it locked, so that's the most important thing. So that worked.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a question now, making sure the codes are right, I think, and it'll work. Okay, tech in and tech in. HSI. Tech in. Okay, turning back to the ship.
I'm 20 miles out. I told him.
6-1 battle.
Alright, just jettisoned everything. So,
Congrats, you're a qual. Go ahead and fill it up full bag. We'll be up there.
safing everything, safing laser.
576.
All right, so I'm heading towards the Abe Lincoln, but I just wanted to practice this using the
26 knots.
flare pod in air-to-air mode.
Yes. So, the easiest way to do it is set it on, well, by default it's on velocity vector.
Yeah, all right, so let me switch to that. Okay, now I'm in velocity vector.
Okay, so then find an air target that you want to lock up, put your
Okay.
velocity vector on it,
Yep.
and then what side is your MFD on? The left side? Your video
99, I'll
is on
send her
the
29
left
99.
MFD.
Copy 490. 3775, radar contact 7 miles. Continue to the 354, 502.
Copy?
Yes.
On glass half, on course, we put them on volleyball.
It's in the it is in the left MFD.
Okay, so when you get the target you want in your velocity vector, sensor control switch left a second time, and it should lock it up.
What if I have it on reticle and I've locked up a target with the radar?
Then it should be slaved to the radar.
574, clear downwind before being heading
Okay.
120.
So
311 on course, 2 miles, volleyball.
so if I have the TPOD in reticle and I lock up a target with the radar, will it track? Will the pod automatically slew to the target I've selected on the radar?
Yes, and under the target designator box, it should say C for correlate. That means that the radar and the flare are working.
561, continue approach, hook up, clean up, take into a 2.
Okay, and the C should show up on the TPOD screen, correct?
No, on your HUD under the target designator box.
Okay, I do not have that under the target designator box, so I'm doing something wrong. Bye.
We'll try it with the velocity vector. See if you can get it to work that way first.
Right.
So select the vertical or the velocity vector button, and then sensor control switch it over to the left. It's there.
Man, I hate when it won't unlock. I'm hitting the damn undesignate button,
Yeah, you
and
did.
it will not unlock, and I don't understand why.
Especially when it's a buddy. You know, that really bugs me. It's like, I can't unlock my own guy.
At 2 miles, you're well left
Jeez.
of the course.
RR slaves. That's radar slave. There we go. That's
Yeah,
got to
got it.
be it. Let me check that out. RR slave. Yes, and it's slewing to the target in question. Which is at 99 miles, so I probably won't be able to see anything. But I'm not getting the correlate, which is weird. Sir.
2 feet approach, radar contact, clear to climb on.
Inbound.
731. Mother's weather is visibility 10 plus mile. Scattered clouds at above 10,000. Altimeter is 29093. Case 1 recovery expected BRC 29005. Report see me at 10.
Watch up left. Little cup left. Tower to catch it. Right for lineup. Right for lineup. Alright. You're low. Back to the right. You're a little low.
Okay, I got it.
Apparently I'm just off of your 8 o'clock. Didn't even realize until now.
Okay, I got it now. Yeah, I had. It won't hold though. That's the thing.
When you do it by radar or by flare?
By radar, like it holds it for long enough for me to thankfully identify the target. But I think I'm just losing lock on the target. Is what's happening.
Yeah, it could be. Is what you're locking on code?
150 from curve fly motion.
Yep. Okay, and so I've locked up the tanker. I don't have the C that underneath the target on the HUD to say it's correlated. I don't see the C anywhere, but I do see a big tanker on my MFD, which is very cool. Which is what I want it for. I want to be able to IFF targets.
Yeah, and there's a designation box around it in the flare.
Sorry, what's in the flare?
A designation box around the tanker that changes with the shape and size of the tanker.
Let me try again. I got it.
377 crossing 10 DME left of the final bearing 297. 574 solid buffalo out there on course. Report them off on the ball.
Gravey's on final.
Roger, about 26 knots support.
You see you're on final, Gravy?
Confirm.
Cool.
Three 5-6 left of the final bearing 297.
I have a crosshairs on the target, but there is no designator box on the MFD. There's obviously a designated box on the HUD.
Right. That's where you're not getting cold. The flare is looking at it because of the radar, but it's not itself tracking it. If it was tracking it, there would be a box around the tanker that would change shape as the tanker changes shape.
Okay.
And stuff.
So how would I change the shape the tanker? I'm sorry. How would I change to have the
Gravy, you're low.
How would I change? How do I have the pod lock it up so they correlate? That's what I'm asking.
You have the slave to radar button on in the
You're
pod?
still
Yeah.
low.
Yes.
Okay, I think that actually would be off, and then maybe in the radar there's something that says to designate with the flare, or
Right.
vice versa.
You're drifting
Oh,
up.
okay.
Alright, gonna go
Easy.
zip. Gonna go zip loop so I don't mess up his trap.
You're left. You're left.
377 left
Easy.
of the final bearing 297.
You're drifting low. You're drifting low. Nose up. There you go. Right there. You're good. You're
See,
drifting
okay.
right. Stay good. You're good. You're good. A little bit high. Power. Power. Power.
That's one way to do it.
Well, not really. I think you were closer than last time, though.
Hammer be
Excellent.
advised, Bowden is coming in straight in a hot fuel emergency.
Roger. Tally. Did you call in?
Have not gotten signature yet, but I caught it.
Yeah, I don't see you in the list, so. Fuel state?
1.0. I'm 4 miles out.
Yeah, Gravy, you started to correct good there at the end, just not quite enough.
Hammer, I'm going to call in. I'm also going to be a straight in. Low on fuel.
Power, Roger. BRC 29 knots. Signal is Charlie.
I have signal Charlie. Oh, by the way, Hammer, I am coming into Stennis.
Oh, okay.
Or that ball.
Alright, you look a bit left.
602 panel. Yeah, Danny, welcome back to the fleet.
Easy. Really hard to tell on this one. So you look a bit high.
Roger, ball.
That looks better. Looks good.
136, Rhino ball, 71 ball.
How do I get to the LSO camp?
Alt F9. Two wire.
Thank you.
What's BRC for the Abraham?
Stand by.
96, I think it was.
Dragnet group maneuver.
How was it? I'm sorry, what did you say to
29134, 28,000.
295.
Roger 295.
Left alt F9, but you have to do it from external view.
You have to go F2 external, and then left alt F9.
2.5 miles on glide path.
And it'll take you to LSO on each carrier in turn.
150 lockdown, 4.5 miles anyway.
Yep, I'm there.
150 cruise, fly mode.
Left because the FLIR is on the left DDI.
Grifter fuel
When we
state.
do that, we
Fuel state
our section
2000.
here and press slave.
Plenty.
And now we see we have a box around it still, but now we have a
Yep,
C
got you
below the
the
box, indicating the contact is correlated between both the FLIR and the radar slave. And now we see we have a box, a track on that target. And on the HUD, we have a box around it with an F below it, indicating that FLIR is the only left on the sensor control switch, and left because the FLIR is on the left DDI. And we do that, we initiate a track on that target, and on the HUD we have a box around it with an F below it, indicating that FLIR is the only sensor tracking that particular target. Now, let's say we want to have the radar also track the same target. In that case, we'll go to the radar section here and press slave, and now we see the box around it still, but now we have a C below the box, indicating the contact is correlated between both the FLIR and the radar at the same time. Let's go ahead and dump the FLIR lock. So right now, the radar is the only sensor tracking it, indicated by no F or no C below it. But let's say now we want to have the FLIR track it after all. In that case, we'll go to the RRSLV and box it. And now that put the FLIR on the same line of sight as the radar contact, and we'll go left on the sensor control switch to initiate a track again, and again, now we're back to a core.
100 arrow.
Alright, kissing off.
Yes, sir. Need an assessment of the weather out there. Maybe 2.7 if I get a quick look, I can maybe make it. 205. Signal bingo straight ahead, passing 2.5 second button.
You still at LSO hammer?
Roger.
Alright, I'm there with you.
All
You want
three
archives?
on new anchor point. Seeing unit of measure, 1 unit of measure to the south, there's like a sand pit sort of thing. Call contact.
Just slow.
Down, establish in the vicinity of that sand pit.
Contact your general position.
A little wide.
What's your beam range?
1.6.
Okay. Extend it a little bit further past the round down, and then when you make turn in, make it a shallow turn at about 27 degrees.
Roger, 27 degrees.
354 left to
Alright, beginning my turn.
Light contact.
Keep it nice and shallow, because you were wide a beam.
265, low range was 1.2, left to the downwind for the beam, maybe 130. 265, we're going to park you on Cascade. 55. 156, alright, that was a troubleshooter suspend for Wi-Fi. Stretch out. 156, 155, 1 to know, 340 mile.
63 going left, of course, right, free, plenty above flat path.
You're going to be left there.
133 gets to the approach, I think 1.2.
Working it to the right.
Chatter off.
I think I'm actually going to sign off. TS just crashed on me when I accidentally disconnected the USB-C cable of my
You're a bit high.
VR. Yeah, I'm going to sign off. These girls can keep that.
Come left. You're drifting right.
All right, Gravy, have a
Good
great
night.
night, man.
Later, Gravy. Night.
Hornet ball.
Come left.
Roger, ball. You're a bit high.
Hornet ball, 1500.
Come left. Easy with it.
Easy, easy.
User
Power.
disconnected from your
You're
All right, you look good. You look good. You look good.
On center line.
You're going
High.
drifting way high. Oh, he's bringing it in. Good thing we got good heavy landing gear on those things. 4-wire.
And real lenient LSOs.
Yeah, the throttle's still. I got to get used to throttling. You know, that forward, back, middle, forward, back, middle with this throttle. It's just not quite as responsive because of the grease
I
on
tell
it.
you,